Okay, so I'm going to tie up some of Sawyer's killer bugs this afternoon, or the variations thereof. You can no longer get the original wool. It was a Chadwick's 477 wool, which you can just see every now and then on eBay for ridiculous amounts of money. But just recently, a friend of mine's been on the Tenkarabum website, and they've done a lot of research, and they've found two very, very close alternatives. This is the sort of the fawny coloured one, which is very, very close to the original colour, and so just a very slightly lighter colour, which both of these two wools, when they're wet, become semi-translucent, and they're very dependent on whatever colour you've actually got underneath the wool itself. So this is a size 12 fulling mill check nymph hook. I'm going to start by leading this with a little bit of adhesive lead strip, a couple of millimetres wide. Put the short layer on first of all. And go over the top to hopefully reduce the number of lumps and bumps. Okay, so I'm going to make a kind of a grailing type version. The killer bug originally was a grailing bug apparently, and it was developed to try and empty some of the southern chalk streams from grailing. So I'm going to start with this fluorescent pink Glow Brights floss. And put a little fluorescent pink head to this fly initially. Cut off the tag. And I'm going to use the slightly darker of the Chadwick's wools here. So it's going to take 10 inches or so. And I'm going to just tie in. Good. Just give a short little bit of the wool, and use that as just to bulk out the fly a little bit. I go down in touching turns, so I've actually got a fluorescent pink body to this fly underneath the wool itself. Okay, so I've gone all the way down to the end of the hook now with the fluorescent pink, and just cut off the tag, and then it's just simply a case of winding a nice tight body on here. And this has quite a large number of different colours in it. There's even a bit of blue in there, there's some sort of fawny colours in there. As I get to the end, I'll just cross over and tie that off. Lip finish in there. So just leaving a little fluorescent pink head and tail on this fly, and then just the final thing to do with this is just to boogie it up a bit. So I'm going to show you what this actually looks like, how it changes colour once it gets wet. But it got me thinking when I actually saw the amount of colour change we actually get once these flies are actually wet. Just got me thinking that there maybe there's some other ways of actually doing this. And I've been making the equivalent of little very simple bloodworms using a grub hook little bit of lead wire and some of the glass paints. So what I've actually done is I've also made up some of these with the other lighter wool over different painted coloured bodies, and I'm just going to show you what they all look like, all these different colours of yellow, brown, pink, red, orange and white, what they all look like when they actually get wet. Okay, so first of all, here is the little pink bug with a fluorescent floss underneath it. If I just drop that in, the wool is so absorbent initially, and those big air bubbles, that's it. When the air bubbles actually burst, you get this complete change in colour. I think when that's actually trundled around the river itself, you can kind of see the pink colour underneath the underneath, sort of coming through the wool itself. Okay, so that was that's the pink one, the fluorescent pink one with the darker wool. Now this is done with a white underbody and the slightly lighter wool. Again, you see the very sort of caddis-like appearance with a bubble of air. Now this one is with yellow underneath. This is with red underneath. So we have white, yellow, red. This is with pink. With brown. And finally with orange. So those are 6 different colours with the lighter, slightly lighter coloured wool. Get rid of some of those air bubbles. And see how slowly the wool actually absorbs the water and just changes colour slightly. So I think with a little bit of perseverance on colours here, that's really going to match some naturals really nicely. And the thing to do now is just to leave these for a little bit longer and let all of the water absorb through. I'll take some photos of those once they're truly wet.